Alright guys, so as the title suggests, we have a brand new camera to unbox on the channel today. Now you may be wondering, Kyle, we just watched you unbox this Canon PowerShot V1, which is true, this camera's not going anywhere, but we did make a decision to swap out the Sony FX30 for something different. Let's get into it! Alright guys, so we got a lot of stuff delivered today. In fact, this video probably hasn't come up yet, but we got a K-Watt drum company snare drum from my friend Kevin Watkins over at, again, K-Watt. We've got the brand new camera right here. Ooh, we'll see what that is. Then we've got a whole bunch of accessories that we'll talk about in the next clip. Also, as I'm sure you guys can see, the desk is gone. I don't know if I've talked about this on the channel or not, but the desk is not in here anymore because we are going to actually be putting this guy up. This is going to be a desk that is on foldable hinges. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Actually, I'll just show you what it looks like now. So the hinge goes on the table just like this, and that side goes into the wall there. What's really cool about this though is they've got these buttons on either side where you push them and it folds up. That way when I'm recording the drum covers, I can have the table up against the wall and gives me a lot more space when it comes to seeing the drums, as well as just kind of more working space when I'm tuning drums or getting things set up for the videos. So really stoked to see that. Alright guys, so I may have messed up and I forgot to hit record, but the desk is now mounted to the wall. And you can kind of see it's on these hinges right here. And I really like the way that this works. So basically, just grab it just like this and boom. Now we have a desk in place that we can use for unboxing, behind the kit interviews, all that good stuff. And now we're set up, and then to fold it up, there's just these buttons right underneath here. You can see that's how it's mounted to the wall. The wall is very gross, so I'm sorry. But there's just these buttons right here that quick release, so we can set it down. We just have to do release on both sides. All we have to do is just push those release buttons, and the desk is down. So it's literally that simple. Really cool solution, but we need this because we're going to unbox the camera. Alright, so here is the box. Inside here we have our brand new camera. We are currently shooting this on the Canon PowerShot V1, but we are on the brand new desk here. But in order to get inside this box and figure out what we got, we need a little bit of help. And we need a little bit of help from Talanoy! Okay, let's go ahead and check out this new camera. Very nicely packaged. Happy New Gear Day from Sweetwater. It's a box within a box. All right, let's get in here. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Look what we've got. All right, let's go ahead and get this box out of here. Here is our camera. So let's go ahead and get a little bit closer in here. Oh, that zoom is nice. All right, so here is the box for the camera. Talanoy! Oh, and there it is, you guys. So here is the box for the camera. Let's get rid of this. And here we go. We have the Lumix S9 camera. This is a Panasonic camera. This is the full kit setup. So it comes with an 18x40 lens. So let's go ahead and get into this box here and we'll check out the camera. Ooh. I really like the colors here on the box. A couple of different compartments here. So this first one, nice. So this is the information on the Lumix Lab. So I'll be downloading that application here shortly. Then we get into the actual box. It just has some important information. We can remove that, and here we go. Now we're inside the box. We've got a couple of things here. First and foremost, looks like we've got a nice branded Lumix camera strap. We've also got the battery here, so it comes wrapped in this compartment. From what I've heard, a very good battery life on these Lumix cameras. We've got the body itself. I don't want to open yet because there's a few more things in the box. So inside the box, I think that's it for this. Okay, so then we have this second box here. Nice little pull tab. And then we open it up. Inside this is probably our lens. Yes, it is. So we'll look at the lens first. Interestingly enough, no charging cables or anything like that I can see. So luckily I have lots of USB-C charging cables, but that is interesting. There's no cable in here to charge the camera back up. But let's look at the lens that it comes with. This is the kit lens. Like I mentioned before, this right here is the Lumix 18-40. It is a zoom lens. It has not the best aperture in the sense of speed, so I think it's a 4.5 to 6. Again, I'll put it on the screen. But as you can see, it goes from 18, I'll zoom in on that, to 40. You can do autofocus or manual focus right there. I am a simpleton, so we're gonna do autofocus, but really premium, very nice lens. Honestly, looks really nice. I don't want to say I'm surprised, but it just looks really nice. Again, this is a full frame lens because this is a full frame camera. All right, so that brings us to the camera itself. And here we go. What I love about this camera body though, guys, is it is very, very small. This is a very powerful camera for its size, but here we go. Oh, dude, look at that. So green is my favorite color. This is an olive green camera. I mean, look at that. Whew. I can't whistle, but look at that, you guys. That is gorgeous. It's got this olive green leather accent on it. This is again the full frame sensor. Let's go ahead and take that off just so you can see. Nice full frame sensor. Oh yeah, that's going to give us a lot more image quality to play with than the Sony FX30, which was an APS-C sensor. This is where we can put those straps. It's got them on both sides, which again I'll show you that here in a minute. But let's look up on top. We've got a couple different modes. We've got camera modes. We've got picture modes. We've got, of course, our shutter button, our record button, our on-off switch right here. We also, on the bottom, we have the mounting point with a 1/4 inch, as well as the battery and memory card door, or SD card door. We will be putting on a cage, which I'll show you soon, which will allow us to be able to access this while this is mounted on a tripod. So we'll see that in just a second. On the side here, though, we've got this door for recharging. We can see the USB-C and the mini HDMI there for an external monitor, if we want to utilize that capability. And then on this side, we've got a microphone input, so we can go ahead and use our DJI mic minis on this camera. A couple really cool things about this camera. One, a nice, fully articulated screen, so it pulls out, flips forward for vlogging, things like that. Also, there is a LUT button on this camera. So that means you can actually pre-program your LUTs into the camera and see them in real time, as well as autofocus on or off. Got our playback button, our ISO buttons, our white balance, our again, menu displays, all that fun stuff that we can go through, which once we get this set up, I'll kind of show you what that looks like. All right, guys, so now I have the battery in place, the SD cards in place. Also, just really quick, there's this cool thumb grip right here that is accented color with that same olive green to make gripping it's a little bit easier. And then here is the 18x40 lens on the actual camera. So, and as you can see, let me go ahead and flip the screen up a little bit. We can see that we're in the 18, oh sorry, we can see we're in the 18, and then we zoom into the 40, which is just zooming into this picture right in front of us. But we've got our zoom lens on, and again, there's not a lot of light in this room, so we'll get some light turned up in here to kind of get an idea what it looks like. But before we get the camera switched over so you're seeing what I'm seeing through this fancy camera here, let's unbox the other stuff we got for this camera, and then I'll show you what it looks like through this lens. So we got a couple of things with this camera. One, I got a rechargeable extra battery. You can never have enough batteries when you're out filming because, again, I'm always up on the go running around filming, and I really want to make sure that I have enough juice, as it were, to continuously record without it being an issue. So this is by SmallRig. It's the DMW BLK22 USB-C rechargeable battery. I use a lot of SmallRig stuff on this channel, so really excited to use this guy. We've got a cable to recharge that battery up, just a USB-A to USB-C, and then the battery itself through the power of friction. Here we go. So here is the battery. This is the same size battery for the S9, but again, rechargeable, so we can again plug this guy in and keep it charged, so we always have a second battery fully charged, ready to go wherever we are. Then with Behind the Kit, we do a lot of interviews, so I also picked up a dummy battery. But this is a dummy battery that you could use to basically record without having any concerns of overheating. The S9 does not have an internal fan, so that's one of the things I really wanted to make sure I took care of, because sometimes Behind the Kit can be up to 2-3 hours long. But the concept of these is very simple. This goes where your battery would normally go, has all the same connectors, but it's dummy. There's nothing in there. It's actually getting all of its power from a USB-C source. So in this case, it'll be plugged into the wall, and the camera will be using this to siphon power and not the camera itself. So again, it keeps it from overheating and allows us to record almost indefinitely. I also went ahead and got tempered glass. This thing does not have a viewfinder, so the only thing you have to get a image of what you're watching is on the screen. So this tempered glass just goes on the screen, keeps it protected from scratches. Comes with a level, which is interesting, but you can clean it off, and then it comes with, again, just like your phone, some glass screen protectors. We can keep our monitor on the camera safe from scratches, damage, things like that. I mentioned this earlier, but we also got a different wrist strap for this guy. I do a lot, like I said, of run and gun shooting, so I wanted to make sure that we had something that's a little bit more sturdy. And so I got this guy right here. So this guy right here is a very thick woven wrist strap that again goes around the camera, and then you essentially put it just like this. As you're shooting, it kind of goes around like this, so you know you're not going to lose the camera. You'll always have it with you. All right, and last but not least, I need a cage for my cameras. So SmallRig, in my opinion, makes some of the best cages out there. So I went ahead and picked up this one for the S9, and I'll show you what that looks like. And we'll get in here. I really like that SmallRig always keeps their stuff super protected in like this type of paper here. But this thing is made out of metal, so it's very sturdy. It's going to protect your camera. Boom, and here you go. So not only does it add a little grip to the camera, because again, I think I might have shown this, but just in case I didn't, this is completely flat. So this is going to add a nice little grip for us on the side of the camera. It also adds more mounting points where we can add like a handle for the top, has mounts on the side, and then of course it actually adds a couple of cold shoes. So for our external mics, we can put them anywhere, and then it just mounts on the bottom, and it comes with a key to get that mounted. So let's get that set up. Before we do that, and then it also has this cutout there, like I said before, so we can access the battery and the memory card. So, and then it actually, the bottom becomes an Arca Swiss plate. So you can literally just put this on a tripod just like this without having to add anything to that and get it mounted. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up, and then we'll be right back in the next clip. All right guys, and here is the camera with the cage now installed. As you can see, it added this really nice grip. So between the thumb placement and this grip, this thing is going nowhere. But again, looking really, really nice here. I love these kind of bright metal accents. Just a really nice cage, and I really do think SmallRig makes some of the best cages. You can also see the Lumix right there logo, as well as the SmallRig logo right there at the top. All right guys, so we have the camera set up now. We've got the drums set up, and now what we're gonna do is just hear what it sounds like straight into the camera, and then we will play around a little bit, and then we'll switch so you can hear it in the mixed audio, and I'll turn on some of the other cameras for that recording. Now let's try it recorded. All right, guys, so now what we're gonna do is hear what it sounds like or see what it looks like when everything's all mixed together. And just kind of cut to each of the different camera angles so you can kind of get an idea of, you know, DJI versus Lumix versus this Canon over here. But let's go ahead, we'll just do a little bit of jamming. Cool. Let's see what that sounds like. All right, guys, so before we close up today's video, we have one more box to unbox. So we're back on the Canon PowerShot V1, but primarily because I have a new lens in here. Now, we have our Lumix right here, and it came with the 18 to 40 lens, which is great, but the aperture was really, really slow. It was about between 4.5 and I think like 7 or 8 or something like that. So we needed something snappier, something faster, and something with more zoom and a little bit more upgraded. So that's what's in here. Oh yeah, there we go. So we did pick up this lens from our friends at Sweetwater. Happy New Gear Day. And of course, we have our beautiful and delicious candy. But the piece that we want to talk about the most is right here. This right here is the Lumix S24-60 f2.8. So let's go ahead, let's get into the box, we'll check out the lens, and we'll get it on the camera. So we got the nice pull tab right here. Oh, it's packaged really, really nicely. So there's just some paperwork here, kind of how to get it set up, and what to do, what not to do. We're not going to look at that right now. And then right here, oh, dude, first things first, we've got the lens hood. So cool when they come with this. Really helps with, one, protecting the lens, but then also, of course, with sun exposure, things like that. Really nice lens hood right there. And then we lift up this cardstock, and there is the lens. All right, guys, so here is the lens itself. We'll get this out of the wrapping. Oh yeah, so here we go, my friends. So as you can see, it's 24-60 with an f2.8 all the way through. So from 24 millimeters all the way to 60 millimeters. You can see there is the zoom ring where you can, I'll show you once we get on the camera, but where you can actually, of course, do your zoom. It's got an autofocus and a manual focus button here, so you can choose which focus you want to use. I always use autofocus because I'm not talented enough to use manual focus. And then actually a programmable button here as well. And then again, just as easy as turning it, pulling it off. Oh yeah, check that out. That's freaking rad. And then what we're gonna do is line up the pins. So there's these little red dots right there. For anybody who struggles like I do, you just line up the red dots together and then give it a nice twist. Boom, and we are on. And I love that about Lumix, it just clicks in place. So here is the rig right here. So you can see we've got with the brand new 24-60 lens. I'm super stoked on this because it is, again, much higher quality because it's much faster. But there is the lens itself, as you can see, really, really premium, really, really nice, and it's native because it's a Lumix lens. So the way that this zooms in and out, you just turn the ring, and there is your zoom. It goes up to 60, or again, back to 24. So really nice, and it's super smooth. Let's go ahead, we'll switch to this camera now, and then we'll see what the new image quality looks like. All right guys, so we are on the brand new lens, the 24-60, and oh my God, it looks so good. In fact, if you want to get close and personal, we can do that now. But no, seriously, this lens looks incredible. I mean, it's super sharp. I do want to do some B-roll, so show you how this camera works in like a B-roll fashion, show you how the stabilization is when I'm walking around with the camera, as well as show you some kind of outside scenes and just get an idea of how the camera operates in those different environments. And yes, I know my hair looks insane, but I don't care. I'm growing it out and I think it's freaking sick. But with that being said, you guys, I want to show you what this looks like. So I'm going to flip the camera around. We'll do a little bit of B-roll, put on some freaking rad music, and we'll see how this thing looks. I didn't forget about you. Look at that dog. Oh my God. Bunny, you look ridiculous. All right, guys, so now we are outside. Oh yeah, look at those trees. I mean, it just looks so much better now. I've kind of got it dialed in. Oh yeah, I mean, you can see the palm trees. Look at that bird. So kind of see the mountain up there. It's pretty cool, you know? The grass looks really nice. I mean, the sky looks really, like, honestly true to form. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. It looks great. All right, guys, so like I said, this is the new lens. I think it looks pretty incredible. I think the colors look good. The autofocus is much, much better. It's a little heavier now with this big lens, but I think that's okay. The autofocus on it is so much better. And the camera colors are looking good. The fact that I'm in the right mode now looks great. Yeah, so guys, you know, this is the camera we're gonna be using on the channel moving forward for all of our talking heads, all of our studio stuff, any interviews we do, all the run and gun stuff I do when I go to, like, you know, Music City Drum Show or NAMM or any of those things. So this is the camera we're gonna be using for that. I mean, you can see, like, I'm walking, there's maybe a little bit of bumps going on, but for the most part, like, the stabilization is pretty good. So hopefully you guys like this video. I think it's cool not just to show the instrument, but also the things that you can pick up to capture the instrument, whether it's cameras, lenses, headphones, microphones, whatever the case is, interfaces. And hopefully you guys dug this video. I think it's really cool to kind of see some of the behind the scenes of how I make some of the content and what I use to do it. Which, by the way, I will have this camera, this lens, all of the information linked down below. You can pick it up at Sweetwater. Oftentimes they have this camera and this lens on like ridiculous sales on Sweetwater. And also they have usually interest-free financing for these things. So again, that's how I picked these up. And thank you to Sweetwater for helping hook me up with that. But also, like I said, I did pay for this camera with my own money so I can continue to improve the quality of my content and make it look as best as possible for you guys. So if you'd like to support the channel, please make sure to become a Patreon member. It's 16 cents a day for the snare drum or 32 cents a day for the drum set level member. In fact, thank you to these guys right here who are drum set level members. They every month invest in the channel, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of them. And also pick up some merch. Right now I've got my West Coast Drum Shop merch shirt on, but we have AZD shirts, behind the kit shirts, hoodies, shorts, hats, all kinds of goodies you can pick up on the website at the link below. And of course, if you want a free way, just like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. That helps the algorithm know that you guys like these videos, helps push them out, get more views, more subscribers, so I can continue again to invest back in the channel. But for now, you guys, that's gonna close up today's video. I hope you guys like this video, seeing me kind of open up, test out the camera, talk a little bit about why I chose this camera. I'm not gonna do a full review now because I'm still in the honeymoon phase, if you will. I'm infatuated with it. But as we get used to using it for a while, you know, I will use it for all the content, use it for interviews like behind the kit. And then also we're going to Music City Drum Show here in a few months, as well as anything else I do. This will be the camera I take. And in about 90 days or so, probably after Music City Drum Show, I will do a full 90-day review on this camera and talk about the pros, the cons, things I like, things I don't like. So that way, hopefully I can give you as much information possible on how this camera works in a content creation setting. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see all of you in the next one.